Okay. So I guess if I want to mute. Yep. I hear myself. Testing, testing. I cannot hear myself. That was a bit of an issue. Oh, you can hear me. Why can I not hear myself? Technology, I tell you what. Ah. There we go. Good to go. Okay. All right. Wait a second for maybe people to show up. Also, this camera angle is not great because I want to stand up here. What a great thing to come in on. Oh, my window's gone. Where did the little window go? Huh. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, there it is. Sweet. Let's see, does it work here? Cool. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can hit 100K during this live stream. I hope I don't have to live stream all day though. That would suck. First things on the docket. I have to start cutting some paper. Let's see. Sign into chat. Well, that's a problem. It's been a while since I've streamed. Okay. Let's just get this going. And get this guy out. All right. Hello, how's it going? We have a whopping 6 people in here, probably because I didn't schedule this and I just hit go live, so a bit awkward. Let me get this posted to the Discord. Oh, no, don't do that. New window. New window. There we go. And do. Hello, Bueller? Is this gonna load? No. Discord. Always installing something. What happened? Oh. I saw on the wrong screen. Okay. All right, that's done. A few more things. Anniversary dinner. How long? How many? What anniversary is it? Oh, just a small quarter of a century. Well, that's exciting. That's awesome. Congrats. Okay. Close out of that. All right. So, mostly just hanging out. People want to ask questions, feel free. I have to cut a bunch of paper for prints, and then I have to make some prints. So that is currently the plan. Obviously, I will talk to anyone that wants to hang out. Hopefully, maybe, the live stream, I don't know, gets picked up by a few more people, and we hit 100K while live. It doesn't look like I'm dropping any frames, so that's good. Oh, it looks like I dropped a couple of frames here and there. That's probably fine. But as long as it's working, it's been a year since I live streamed, so yeah. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to cut first? What are my notes? Okay, so I need. Let's see. Okay. Let's lock these wheels. Hopefully that will help. Oh, it does a pretty good job, actually. Huh. Well, that's good to know. Okay. Get some paper. Put on these gloves that are comically too small, which is kind of hilarious. I ordered what I thought was the right size, and definitely not the right size. But they're what I have. They'll do for now. Right. Then I gotta cut from this roll of paper here. Yeah, one size fits all. I don't have very large hands, but these are like kid gloves. All right. Start cutting some paper. I'll try to keep up with chat if people are here. Let's see. And hanging out. 17 inches should be about there. Get rid of my mouse. Move it over here. I guess we can probably go to the wide cam. Yeah. Well, now I look incredibly far away, but all right. So we need to cut, let's see, pull one 26-inch sheet. Okay. Ruler. So, move the laptop. I was hoping this stuff would not get in the way, but yeah, it's in the way. All right, and then this is basically at the edge there, so we're gonna go to, how far do I need it? 26 inches. Wait, hold on now. Cut. Okay. Okay. All right. Is it cheaper to buy paper in a roll versus sheets? Not really, which is a valuable lesson that I'm learning. I think if you do the math, it's like if you take the 17 by 22 inch paper, the 22 inches times 25 sheets ends up being very close to this entire roll. The difference is, basically I wish I had both, because I have to print some panos that won't fit on the 22-inch sheet paper, thus I have to come from a roll. But a lot of the stuff I am using should be on a sheet because it's just easier to deal with the flat paper. The back of my, why is my chat messed up? I can't read the words. Hold on one second. Let's see. Will that fix it? That could be Chrome. Much larger in, oh, I understand. Yes, we moved to Alaska, so we now live in Alaska. Probably worth an update at some point. But yes, this is not the car. That's why I have the ability to cut prints, and I'm wearing these silly looking gloves. I hope someone just shows up right now into the stream and is like, what did I just tune into? Okay, so we're cutting a 26-inch sheet to then make 3, let's see, I have a bunch of notes down here, that's what I'm looking at. To make 3, I believe 13 by 8.5s, which then make 8 by 12s. Yeah. So I need to cut out 26 inches. I will say the roll paper has kind of been a pain in the ass, but realistically I should just have both. I should have the roll paper for the panos that I want, but then have the sheet paper for the times that I need the sheets. So it is what it is. It's what I have for now, and it's what I'm going to be using. So maybe I go to 27 inches. Does that change anything? If I go to 27, it'd give me 13.5. Yeah, we'll just go to 27 to be safe. Okay. I also don't have a cutting mat yet, so I can't cut this stuff very well when it's super long. What did I say I'm going to? 27. So turn this around so I don't actually mess it up. We want to go to 27. Okay. Do, 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 do. 27. Yeah, about right there. Oh, Alaska is one of the best places on Earth, to be completely honest. It is highly recommended to anyone to come to Alaska. Okay, let me focus on making sure I get this right, and then I'll read chat again. 27. we're just going to go 27, which is roughly there. Okay, measure twice, cut once. This has been quite the learning process. Oh, yeah, that's also not good. Okay, try to get this as straight as possible. Right there, there. Now anyone who comes into this stream who has printer experience is probably going to laugh their ass off, or at least cutting experience. Okay, 27 inches, good to go. Maybe a little bit extra, because extra is always a little bit better. And then the hope is that this is straight. Okay, and here we go. Cut. All right. Oh, fall color in Colorado is going to be great. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, if you've ever watched my stuff, you probably know that already. FIFA watch party. Well, I got disappointing news. It is definitely not the FIFA watch party. If anything, it's the exact opposite. Very slow, not much of a crowd. I'm literally cutting paper. It's like watching a snail in a race, I guess. All right, let's check our length here. 27 and a little extra. That sounds good. So that means that if I was going to do 26, supposed to cut into 13, I'll just do 13 and a half. That should be fine. What else do I need to cut from this roll? I need to pull out quite a bit, but I can do those later. Okay, need to pull 20 inches. Oh, but then I have to trim. Oh. 20. Oh, I can do that. Okay. Cut 2 from one sheet. I'm reading the wrong stuff. Pull 20 inches and then cut into 2. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. I'll put it over here. It's a little safer. And let's cut what's next. Let's see. Let me mark down what I have cut. Okay, we've done that one. How do I want to mark this? Can I bold it? Sure. Okay. That works. Pull 20 inches. Okay, so pull 20. All right. Next up, another 20 inches. Okay. All right. That is okay. We're close. close, close, close. And that's a bit too much. Okay. Inches. And then let's make sure we get it straight as possible here. Inches. There we go. All right, that looks close enough. A little extra. Never hurt anybody. Except my wallet. Okay. Measure 20 inches. Good enough. Okay. Put that over there. Am I ever coming to Australia? I would love to come to Australia. I've been to New Zealand 7 years ago. God, I can't believe it's been 7 years. But I've never been to Australia. What am I doing with these prints? So when I got to Alaska, I went into this kombucha? I don't know, brewery place that's new here, newish, that they sell at Costco that brews up here. And they happened to open a brewery that you could go into and get the kombucha and stuff like that. And they have like a section for photos or gallery or art. And they have a different person every month, and they didn't have anyone for July. So I said I would do it, which has been an extremely crazy endeavor because when I said yes, I had nothing. I had no printer, I had no paper, I had no cutter. At that time, I didn't even have a place to be, like when I said yes, to literally cut the paper. So over the last 3 weeks, month, I have gotten the printer. It's on the floor down there that you can't see at the moment, that I'll show you once I move the camera in after I'm done cutting. I've got 15 frames over there, mostly because as much as I would prefer to go to a framer, I'm always trying to keep in mind the price of the prints in the audience that would be seeing these things. So I'm trying to keep the costs down. Thus, I'm just framing them myself. They're not super cheap frames, but they're also not going to a framer. But that's what the cuts are for. So right now I'm cutting a bunch of stuff, then to cut into smaller things so that I can make small mats. So I have a few over here that are already done. So these will be sold loose, not framed. So obviously you guys have probably seen stuff like this before. Some puffins. I think it's mostly puffins in this stack. This is also a little puffin. You can't really see him in the stream, but maybe if I get closer. There you go, little guy. So yeah, basically that. And that's what I'm doing. So I have to cut the paper for that, depending on the paper. So to start, cut the paper, then eventually we'll hopefully print some photos. Although by the time I'm getting to printing it, who knows how late it'll be. So how do I want to flatten this out? Yeah, rolled paper, not my favorite to work with. Honestly, kind of annoying. So, but it is what it is. We've already made the decision to be where we're at. It's what I have, so I got to work with it. It is what it is, but that's what it's for. Hope that answers that question. I'm gonna keep cutting paper. Feel free to ask questions. That's what we're here for. Hopefully everything keeps working. My subscriber count has not moved. I think it went up by 1 since we started the stream, so maybe we're not hitting 100K live. Maybe my optimism there was, you know, too optimistic. All right. Let's see, what did I just cut? I just cut, where's my mouse? God, I'm getting old. I just cut this bold, bold, okay. So I need to pull that. Okay, so I need to pull 26 inches and 27 inches. Okay, let's do that. These are for some really large framed prints, I believe. Oh. So pull that out. Now these I couldn't have done on a sheet of paper, so they had to be like this, essentially. 27 inches. Okay, there we go, 27 inches. A little bit more. Perfect. Do 27 is right about there. Not exactly rocket science here, but again, always a little extra is probably the safer bet. Oh my God, I gotta remember that I'm not, that this is not the island, this is a cart. That's the second time I've done that. Normally I'm cutting on the island, but since my computer and everything that's streaming is right there, I added the cart so that I had extra space. And then I almost just ate shit. So that's funny. Okay. A little bit extra. Being a bit cautious here because, well, I guess if this one doesn't cut correct, it can just be the 26 inch. But I would like it to be correct the first time. Okay, 27, good enough. Don't lean on the cart. Valuable lesson there. Roll paper doing this, not my favorite. Okay, that should be pretty straight. Paper keeps moving this ruler. Okay, that's way too much. Okay, that's about where we want it. Now I just have to get it straight. Okay, that should be good. It's like $15 in paper, that cut. All right. Hope everyone's having a good day. We are just hanging out, making some cuts, doing a rare live stream in the hopes that we hit 100K. Oh yeah, that's 27. Nice. 27, pretty much exact. Maybe a little bit off. But that is for a trim later. Put this over here. Wish there was a way I could flatten this out a little bit better. But I have not found any good solutions that don't seemingly destroy the roll of the paper, or the integrity of the paper, I guess. All right, that cut's done. Next cut. Let's see. Let me mark that I cut this. Pull 27 inches, done. Okay, pull 16 inches. All right. No, not 16. Whew, 26. Hey, we're still at 21. We are 79 away. Is this thing actually live updating? Or am I just crazy? Let's check. Let's check. 22. Hello. No? Someone chimed in. Hit subscribe. All right. Yes, I did. Thank you for participating in the chat. Otherwise, the live streams are kind of, you know, a little silly, to be honest. Otherwise, it's just me sitting here talking into the void, which is usually what I do on YouTube. What did I say I was going to? 26 inches. Okay. 26 inches. This little guy works pretty well here. Now this one. Okay, 26 is about there. Let's go a little extra just in case. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go just in case. Make sure we're straight. Should be straight. Check it one more time. Okay. And that should be 26. 26 on the dot. Cool. Hey, thanks for joining in. Happy anniversary, 25th, and enjoy Colorado. If you've never been, it'll be one of the best places you've ever been in America in the fall. I can guarantee you that. How long? I'll be here for at least a year, Diane. Hope you're doing well. Do you want to come up? Come visit? We got a spare bedroom. I'm sure Sophia would love to see you. Okay, got that cut done. All right, what else can I do? So I need 3 21 inches. Okay, so I got to pull 3 21 inches. All right, let's do that. Hey, the whole point was to tempt you. If you've never been to Alaska, Diane, as you probably know from my very early videos, I think that it is the most beautiful place in America, and it's not close. Not that there are many beautiful places, but that is why we ended up here for at least a year. We were only going to come for the summer, but ultimately decided to stay for at least a year. And I think both of us wanted to stop moving around as much. I know that for me, being able to buy a printer and buy this stupid paper cutter and those kind of things were things that I was really looking forward to having again after being on the road for 5+ years. So what did I say, 21 inches? 21 inches. 21 inches, okay. A little extra is okay. Just gonna make sure I get it as straight as possible. That looks pretty straight. Okay, that's number one. I guess I just have to move this out of the way every time. We didn't measure it. Let's make sure. 21 inches. A little extra, that's okay. Cool. 2 more of those. If anyone in the chat has good experience on how to get rolled paper to not curl so much, you know, I am all ears. Because every time I try to unroll it, go in the opposite direction, I feel like I just ruined the paper. Maybe just setting some stuff down on it wouldn't be too bad. Okay. Oh shoot, I don't know which one of those is which. All right, I guess I'll just have to measure. All right, so 2 more of those cuts. We're down to 10 viewers. No one is interested in hanging out and printing. Which honestly, I don't really blame them. Also, we lost 2 subscribers, which is hilarious. That's funny. Okay. So 2 more of those. Full 21 inches, okay. I feel like I'm very forgetful, but I'm checking on this thing like 7 times because, like I said, a 21-inch print on this paper is like $10 of paper. So if I don't pull the right size, that can be a lot of money down the drain. Which, not exactly fun. 21, okay, probably pull it back a little bit. Yep, that looks good. Let's give it a little extra. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Measure it, make sure it was right. Yep, 21, cool. All right, 1 more of those. Anything heavy to put on this? How's it going, Twash? Twash? Wash? Mr. Star? Mrs. Star? No, none of these are being shipped. Some of them are being framed. So I have let me see here. I don't want to move the camera. 1 second. So basically, many of these are going in, they're still in boxes right now, but many of these are going in a few frames, like this box here. There's a frame in here, I promise. And then many of them are also going to end up as matted loose prints. And they're going to be shown at a little kombucha brewery here that hopefully some sell at, but I don't have high expectations. But also hopefully in the future, I could take them and put them somewhere else. So that's the goal. So none of these are being shipped, mostly because I don't sell prints to anyone. The irony is that we have a printing stream. None of these, I don't usually sell prints at all. I think I've sold one print in 3 years. 3 years. So let me cut one more of these. Pull. But hopefully some of these prints sell in person. That would be really great considering the amount of money that it costs to make these is no small feat. So, or small amount, I guess. Not much of a feat. It's not like all right, paper. Get you down there, wrangle you. 21, oh, we're not there. That's 21. 21 and a little change. Good enough. Make sure we're square. Looks good. Check again. Hold this down. And cut. 21. Yeah, so perfect. I'm hoping that some of these will sell in the little brewery, and that eventually more will sell at other places, because I don't expect all of them to sell. But a lot of what I'm doing is probably a bit overkill, and that some of this was my desire to do this as a hobby, which is cutting the paper, printing the photos, framing them, the enjoyment of doing it. So I have to admit there's that part to it. I probably could have just ordered the prints and saved myself a lot of headache, and time. So, okay, I'm gonna take a break from cutting for a sec. I have a question. Would you ever consider doing photo editing content again? I don't mean like tutorials, just like your process through different photos you've taken. That's the thing. Obviously I used to do that more, but I don't spend a lot of time editing my photos in the last 2 years. I still edit the photos when I go to have a use for them, if they're a photo that I am doing something with. But a lot of the times in the videos that I make, most of the photos aren't edited. And to be completely honest, I just haven't cared to enjoy sitting down and editing an image. I don't get as much joy from it as I used to. Also, I've really tried to change how I shoot photos in a way that I try to focus more on what's there rather than what I can do in editing. I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong way. I just think that my own personal photography has shifted from spending a lot of time editing images to trying to spend much less time editing images, whether that's because of a recipe or something. But the other honest truth is I haven't posted, published, or done anything with a photo in 2 years, which is going to be a video that I'm going to work on at some point when I actually have time. It's been on the pipeline or on my to-do list for months at this point. I know it sounds weird that I say that I haven't published a photo in 2 years, but what I mean is I haven't shared a photo online. I haven't posted a photo to my website. I literally haven't done anything with the photos that I've taken over the last 2 years, aside from put them in videos. And I don't typically consider putting the photos in videos publishing a lot of the times. Sometimes a photo requires an edit or something. A lot of the times those photos are for the video, and many of the photos that end up in a video aren't necessarily photos that are like things I would put in my portfolio. So, is photography my full-time job? I mean, you can answer that. Do I make money from specifically making images? Not really. Do I make money from making YouTube videos? Yes. It just so happens that my YouTube channel is about photography. So, when people ask me, am I a photographer or a YouTuber? I would say that photography is my hobby, or used to be. YouTube is my job. Is a pretty good answer. So I hope that answers that question. Star, Mrs. Star, Mr. Star, Twash. I don't know what to call you. Okay, these are done. Now we need to, are we done with the roll for now? I guess I can I could pull these panos. No, I think I'll just save those for when I can actually trim them. So anything else from this? No, I think we're done with the roll for now, thank God. I should technically have my gloves on for this, but I think we'll be okay. Rolled papers are a ripe pain in the ass. Okay, let's take this out. And get it rolled back up properly. All right, good enough for government work. Boom, good enough. Cool. All right, don't have to mess with that right now. Okay. Let's see. A photo tuber. Yeah, I guess that you could call it that. Yeah, I don't know. My relationship with photography has drastically changed over the 6 years of doing YouTube. And I think that's partially the reason why I have not, I've not done as much editing content. I think that oh, look at that. I'm missing a button. Well, I haven't done much of it. Just haven't wanted to sit behind my computer and look at my images and edit them. I've kind of been a bit lost with my photography. I've found a few things here and there, but I think my drive, my motivations, I don't know, have been waxing and waning when it comes to photography over the last 2 years. I think that if, in a perfect world, if I could just take a break, I would, but sadly I can't. So I've just been doing my best to reinvigorate my drive for photography in different ways. Sometimes that means I'm more excited to go out and shoot than others, but that's just the truth of turning your creative passion into work. Positive vibes. Anyways, well, we started this stream in the hopes to hit 100K. And I'm pretty sure we went up 4 subscribers and down 4 subscribers. And we're right where we started. So I'm starting to get the vibes that live streaming probably not going to be the source of gaining more subscribers. But I thought maybe it would happen while we were live streaming. But maybe the context of cutting paper and hanging out is not something people care for, which is totally reasonable. I just think it's funny that we gained and lost the same amount. Okay, now we need to cut some sheeted paper. So I need to cut 2 from one sheet into 11 by 17, okay. All right, so let's do that. We don't need the roll anymore, so we can move this back, thankfully, and go get this paper over here. Actually, let me find something to set down on this paper over here. I'm just worried about something hurting the paper. Yeah, maybe I just have to leave it. I'm too worried about something on the bottom scratching the surface of the paper because it's super delicate, which is slightly annoying, but maybe it's a little more robust than I think. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to get out a sheet of Hansen Infinity Plantain fiber rag. It's been a great paper so far. I bought some to test out and then I liked it, so I bought more. I think if you were to do like a photo review or something like that, it would attract more viewers. A photo review. I've done those in the past. I've done them in live streams years ago. I think the problem with photo reviews is more people are interested in seeing how photos are taken than necessarily seeing the results of photos and then critiquing them. I'm not saying it can't be educational. I'm not saying you can't learn from both of them. I'm just saying from an entertainment value, a lot of the times it seems like people are more interested in watching you go through taking images than they are you reviewing the images in my years of making content. I don't get that vibe from your videos. I still see motivation in the shadow of the tree, for example, or the days you spent waiting for the perfect shot at that airstrip. Yeah, I mean, it's still, this is like a extremely long conversation that's very personal to my journey here as a photographer specifically. As I think in a perfect world, let's hypothetically say I was just shooting photos for fun, I would set my camera down for an extended period of time until I got to the point where I was like, I can't wait to go out and shoot. And I think the issue is when you make content like this where I'm required to go out and make content that's typically about photography, a lot of the times I end up having to go shoot or make content when I'm not feeling 100% motivated, when it's not something that I'm like, woohoo, I can't wait to go out and shoot. And I think that that really drains on you. Sometimes, like in your reference to the shadow photo, that was really fun. I found little projects to work on that bring me more joy than taking other particular photos. But there are definitely times where I just don't care to go shoot, but I don't have the choice. And I think that just sucks for anybody that, you know, has to do this kind of thing. I think it's just the reality of doing it for 5 to 10 years. And I also think that, you know, I think it should be expected. I don't think anyone that shoots for 5 or 10 years should ever be expected that they have the same joy they had when they were doing it completely for free, for fun, that they are doing it now when they're getting paid. I'm not saying it can't be fun. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy going out and shooting. I still love walking around and finding images. I still really enjoy what photography does for me in terms of making me get out of my comfort zones, getting out of the house, ironically, getting out of my car for many years. But I think that it just mentally drains you over the years when you want a break and you can't have one. Because even if I want to take a break from shooting, let's say I'm just like, all right, for the next 2 months, I'm not going to go take any photos. I'm just going to sit in front of the camera and talk about photography. The issue is that like, there's no escaping the world of photography when you do this all the time. There is no like disconnect of thinking about the videos that I want to create, or what's the next topic I should talk about, or things like that. And I think that they blend together so much that the thing that I've tried to do for my own sanity is separate the enjoyment of shooting photos for me and then working on a YouTube video. And I think sometimes that those just blend together enough to where they end up stressing me out, or it feels like work rather than just fun. Because basically at this point, anytime I go out to take photos, I'm like, how can I make this a video? How can I turn this into something that I could use or at least double up as content? A great example is I'm working on a review for this thing, the Pocket 4 Pro. And I have to get this video done. This is the video I should be working on. I shouldn't be making this live stream. I should be working on this right now. This is what I should be working on. But at the same time, I also, a few nights ago, actually multiple times, I've just wanted to go out and take photos. And basically, I've wanted to just go out and just focus on my own stuff. But the only way I can justify it time-wise is if I film B-roll with this thing about me taking the photos. And that is obviously makes it a little bit of work, but there's a nice fine balance, right? Where I can still just focus on my photos. I don't have to talk to the camera. I don't have to really think about the camera all that much. I just kind of have to set it up, go find some photos, and then focus on what I want to focus on. So sometimes that works, but other times it doesn't work and it just feels more like work than, exploring my own creative process of making photos. I think that that's the hardest balance, and it's something that's kind of hard to understand until you are forced to go and make photos every week of your life. That's the part that I think is hard. Yeah, I know that was a lot of yapping, but let me catch back up. Alex, anytime you take passion and attempt to make a living, it becomes work. I think the money is doing photo tours. Yeah, Dennis, I completely agree. I only do one a year, and I am struggling to get any slots filled this year. So it looks like I might have to actually end up canceling my yearly fall color workshop, just because I had a few people join and then drop out, and it's just not filling. Now, the thing about photo tours that people have to understand is, like, if you put all of your effort into one basket, let's say you're a photographer and you're trying to get people to join your workshops and stuff, you could do that, but it's a full-time job to get workshops fulfilled and going. It's very hard to do both, run a YouTube channel if that's your focus, while also doing a bunch of photo tours. It's not easy. Also, you have to make sure that the content you're creating on YouTube is more geared towards people that would want to sign up for photo tours. So a great example is Mark Denny. Mark Denny only makes videos about lessons in photography, whether it's getting sharp images, how to use your camera, whatever it may be. So most of his audience are people that would love to take, well, not love, but many of the people in his audience are people that might be willing to take a photo tour with Mark. However, when I switched content directions, I don't necessarily teach lessons all the time, or I don't have a presence of education in every video, so my audience is less likely to buy into a photo tour that I would sell. So long story long, you kind of have to choose how you want to spend your time trying to make a living. Obviously, photo tours is one of them, and I think that if I just quit YouTube and put all my eggs into let me lead workshops or something, it's something that I could do. But then, as I know, I have friends that run photo tours as a full-time job, 30 of them per year or whatever. They also lose a lot of their drive for going out and making images that they want to make. So I feel like the grass is always greener on every side, and the best thing to do is try to find a balance for what I'm currently doing and still reconnect with my photography. Wonder if there's a niche you could find live streaming you going out into nature or whatever and take photos and showing your process. Yeah, I mean, that could be cool. I think the problem is live streaming that. As you can tell, live streaming right now, I have 18 viewers, which, you know, great. Thank you for being here if you're watching or you're listening in or you're tuning in. I, as someone that enjoys watching live streams myself, you know, I do think that that could be something that's cool, but two things. One, internet. That one's kind of hard to have in many of the places you're going out to take images. But also I think one of the biggest things about content that people have to understand is you don't want to waste people's time. And that was a lesson I learned when I shifted focuses 2 years ago for my YouTube channel, was making sure that I didn't waste anyone's time. And I think live streams, ironically, as you're sitting here watching this, are kind of wasting people's time. Not really. Like, obviously people are clicking in. I'm hoping they're gaining value. Maybe they're hanging out. Maybe they're just chilling. But I think a lot of the times videos that do well are videos that are concise, genuine, and don't waste someone's time. So instead of a live stream of me going out to take images for 2 hours, turning that into an 8-minute video where you actually learn something and maybe you feel inspired, maybe you watch me take the same images and you cut out all fluff. It's just the type of content that will end up doing better just because it's more concise for the audience that you're going towards. Now, on the flip side of that, gaming. If you're watching a personality play games, it's completely different because a lot of the times you're watching someone play games because you just want to sit and hang out with them. And that's the whole point of that live streaming type. I just don't think live streaming for going out and making images is stuff that people want to just tune into and watch the whole time. Not that saying everyone wouldn't want to watch, but I just think that's how live streaming is. Yeah, so the travel YouTube channel, man, I haven't even, I was supposed to get, we have 6 other videos to do, and I have not had any time to touch it. In terms of the voiceover, I've thought about it, but we're actually following a travel content type that doesn't do voiceovers so that it can still be background rather than you having to listen the whole time. I do think that it might be interesting to have the voiceover, but a lot of the research I did based off of what Sophia and I looked into, a lot of the channels only do subtitles because it's trying to let you just watch rather than forcing you to listen to what I have to say. I know that sounds weird, but it makes sense in the sense that you want to put something on like that in the background. Like if I had it on right now. Actually, it would make a lot of sense if I had our own video on the background, but I didn't think about that until just now, so yeah. Am I going to keep going until I get 100,000? Well, considering we are down 2 subscribers from when I started the stream, I don't think so, because things are not going well in terms of gaining the last 80 that we need. And I think the live stream is actually making me lose subscribers rather than it making me gain subscribers, which is ironic. So I would probably just go until I have to stop. Yeah, I'll just stay on until I'm in bed, pretty much. I'll just go to sleep on the couch. We'll sleep stream. I've gamed my whole life, but I don't stream it. Streaming gaming is like, well, I guess technically you could pay me enough, but making that a career is so incredibly difficult. I also don't think people understand how much work it is to sit in front of a camera and talk to people for 8 hours. You just have to there's like a whole mindset towards it, but it's exhausting. I mean, obviously it's not exhausting like working construction or something, but it can be exhausting in the sense that it's mentally fatiguing and it's a lot. I think the hard part is people don't realize that when you start live streaming gaming, that for the majority of the time you're talking to nobody. Like right now, the only reason this stream is working is because there's people interacting in my chat. Sure, we only had like 15 people, but I at least had people asking questions, which means I get to yap about something. Without that, it's just like you're just talking to the void forever. Photo modes in different games, many of them have beautiful graphics. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, the Zelda games, the newest ones. There's some cool stuff like that. I just don't think I think the problem is audience. So if I made a video like that on my own channel, I don't think most of my audience would click on it, even though there is possibly an audience that would cross over from gaming into photography. It could be something fun to do in a cold, wintry month, though, here in Alaska. So, excuse me, cut 2 from 1 sheet into 11. Okay. So I need to pull 1 sheet of this out. Actually, I need to pull, how many sheets do I need to pull out of this? 1, sorry. I guess I only need to pull 1 of these out. Okay, well, for now, I'll pull 1 out. I guess I can always come back if I need to. Let's see. Oh, hey, the subscriber number went back. We've now officially made progress. So that's good. Is this 1 sheet or 2? This paper is thick. 2. Okay. All right. Do I want to just do 2? I think I should just do 2. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes here about what I have to cut. Yeah. I think I'll just cut down 1 more page. No, I won't. Just to be safe. I don't know how much paper I'm going to end up needing for this gallery show. Am I currently living in Alaska? Yes. Sophia and I, we are officially living in Alaska for at least a year. Officially done being nomadic, even though I guess if you have an expiration date on where you live, maybe you're still considered nomadic, I don't know. But I'm at least not nomadic to the point where I own an 80-pound printer and this cutting thingy. The furniture you see is not ours. Those speakers, those are mine. So I think that qualifies as not living nomadically anymore. Burnout is real. Photography started as a hobby, turned into full-time 2 years, but then I hated picking up my camera for hobby, so I got a regular job and now I enjoy the art more. Yeah, that's real. I've thought about getting a different job multiple times. But at the end of the day, I think I've really tried my hardest to regain the passion for my own photos, like my own photography, while still trying to work and make these YouTube videos. Not sure I've been successful yet. I think ultimately the best thing I could do for my own enjoyment of photography is probably just set the camera down and not pick it back up until I want to. Not that I have to. But I don't really have that choice. And I still find moments of happiness, fun, and motivation shooting photos. But there's definitely times when I go out to shoot photos and I'm just kind of like, what am I doing here? I think one of the hardest things for me is I've been a bit lost on what to do with my photography. So for the last 2 years, I haven't done anything with my photography. It's why I haven't edited any photos. Basically, like this is the first time, actually the process of going through this, one of the reasons I wanted to do this, buy a printer, buy this paper cutter, buy all these frames that are out of the picture that you can see right now, is so that I could find some fulfillment, some happiness in doing something with my images, like instead of them just sitting on a hard drive or only showing up in a video. So, yeah. Love to follow your trips, Alex. I even ended up at a stop you and Gavin's been to, oh yeah, Nova Scotia. It was such a great feeling thinking you guys were trying to take your photos on the ledge. I was having a hard time myself. Can't imagine 2 men with their tripods. Oh, the Cape. Is that the one with the lighthouse? I think that's the one with the lighthouse, right? When are you shooting the next season of Ted Lasso? Well, it's either that or Ned Flanders in The Simpsons based on my comments on YouTube. I'm honestly surprised to hear about your burnout. Your videos are so well done and your photos are as beautiful as usual. No one would ever have guessed just based on this. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine, it's tough to talk about, right? Like, it's tough to be open and honest about burnout of photography because I don't want people to watch and think that I'm not taking genuine images that I want to take. Every once in a while, there's obviously images that I put in videos that I'm like, I'm putting this in the video to represent what the camera does more than necessarily what I want to represent as my work. I think any YouTuber you watch, you're going to see way more photos in a video than you would see on their portfolio. I think that's very normal. And I also think it's important that people see that not every shot, the majority of shots, are not some like portfolio worthy image. That's actually why I include a lot of the images that I do in my videos. So the stuff that you end up seeing in videos is still things that I have enjoyed shooting. There's been times when I'm, you know, it's kind of like I'm showing or taking images that I'm like, okay, this is what I have. I'll give a great example. When I made one of the Hasselblad videos, I can't remember which one it was. The weather that day was kind of not great. It was like gray and overcast, but I had to finish the video like within 2 days. Like I had 2 days to shoot those photos. So if it was me not making a video at all, not doing anything, I probably would have taken some of those photos and maybe done something with 1 or 2 of them. But for the most part, I would have been like, these weren't great photos that I am super proud of or need to go in my portfolio or anything. But because I was shooting a video and I had to shoot the video within that 2 days, I end up forcing myself to take images that I wouldn't normally naturally take. Now, that actually has a huge bonus sometimes, because sometimes I'll end up finding that the images I take in those moments, I actually end up enjoying more than my intuition said. So it's kind of a give or take thing. And obviously I don't want to sit in my videos talking about my struggles of motivation for photography or my love of photography, because if people watch the videos and then say, why is he here taking photos that he doesn't love taking? I think it's a tough balance because I don't want people to think I don't enjoy photography. I just think that there is a difference between I hate what I'm doing and I left the house today because I got to make a video, not I left the house today because I want to go make images for myself. I think that's a big takeaway, is that a lot of the images that I make nowadays, not a lot, but quite a few of the images that I make nowadays are not for me. They're either for the video that I'm working on, the camera that I'm talking about in the video, or they're just photos that I need to take because I'm out shooting photos and making a video, and it wouldn't make sense to have 0 photos. So take with that information what you will. I think that if I absolutely hated it and I dreaded it all the time, I would genuinely try to switch careers. One thing I am trying to do is do something that earns some amount of income that takes a bit of pressure away from making photos specifically, so that I can hopefully one day regain that full control of shooting my own photos for me without ever needing to shoot them for someone else or something else. But, you know, that's kind of like the grass is always green on the other side. I can go get a 9 to 5 and then I can't move around, or I don't have days off, and I can't make videos in Alaska one week and then make videos in Thailand the week before. Like, you know. The boring lighthouse next to the 400-foot cliffs. Yeah, making a living out of art is complicated because you have to force yourself to get in the creative mindset. I think that's a huge thing. I think it's like, it would like be asking a musician to make a new song every week, which if most people know musicians in the modern era, they make an album like every 5 years at this point, unless you're, I don't know, Taylor Swift. But even those people, Taylor Swift especially, and many pop artists, for example, have other people writing their music for them. They're not coming up with a lot of the lyrics, a lot of the song stuff. They have writers. Like if you look at Taylor Swift's most recent album, it has like 13 writers on it. Beyonce's recent work, 8 writers, like all of that content, they have other people making that stuff, either in collaboration or writing the songs for them, writing the music for them. It's not just them coming up with all of this stuff all the time. And I think that that's what's really tough, is that the world currently, the systems reward constant creation of material, but making photos, making art, making music is not something you can just do on a weekly basis without, you know, completely either burning out or not feeling motivated all the time or anything like that. It's just not possible. Boring lighthouse next to 400-foot cliffs. I feel like you're quoting either me or Gavin. Sorry if I said that. I sell my landscapes at community markets. I've worked out people will buy prints under $100. I do matted 11 by 14 there. Very easy money stream. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm doing 8 by 10, 8 by 12, and then I have 13 by 19 and 16 by 20 matted prints. I haven't done any of the mats yet. We're supposed to do that on the stream at some point. I gotta stop yapping and make some prints. And then I also have 14 frames over there. I've done 2 of them. So, we have to keep in mind that you're doubling the amount of efforts, your art, and then your content creation. Yeah, weirdly enough, I don't think people realize how much effort goes into conceptualizing and making a video, because it all seems really easy, and it doesn't really seem like people have to put that much thought into the title, the thumbnail, making the content. But I probably spend more time thinking about that stuff than I do literally anything else. So, share a lesson you've learned from 10K to 100K. Share a lesson from 10K to 100K. Well, when it comes to YouTube specifically, I think the best lesson you could ever learn is to, if you want to grow on YouTube specifically, is don't waste people's time. Make content that provides value. Value in the sense that if someone clicked on the video and doesn't know who you are, do they care to watch it? I think that was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn, was that I started off the first couple years on YouTube thinking in a mindset of, if I just go and do these things and talk about things that might be interesting, like how to take better landscape images, or how to go out and shoot in bad weather or whatever, that people were just going to want to watch because of what I had to say. And the harsh lesson was learning that if I wasted people's time and I didn't provide clear value in a video, that people aren't just going to want to tune in. There's so much content you could choose from that it's much, how can I say, again, if your goal is growing, monetizing, turning it into a career, the best thing you can do is just make sure that you're making content that provides value to people without them necessarily having to be invested into you. That's it. That's like one of the largest takeaways you can have. And I went through it myself. My first 4 years on YouTube, my videos that provided clear value got views. My videos that provided unclear value got much less views. That's really it. Giving yourself 100% into photography or content creation allows you to spend more time on location rather than hobbyists stuck with their vacation allotted days might be stopped by weather. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, one thing about living in the car was that I'm like, well, I'll just sit here for 10 days until I get the photo I want to take. That was always a huge blessing, is that I could be anywhere and stay there and just go to the coffee shop and work on what I wanted to work on. And most people on vacation get, 3 days out of the year to be at that location. Or, someone might see the photos that I have from Colorado, for example, and they'll spend 4 days in the next 5 years there, because that's the one trip that year, and then they're not going to revisit Colorado again because they're going to want to go somewhere else next year on their vacation. And yet I've been there for 3 weeks, for a month, every year, just sitting there taking photos. And it just provides a lot more time into a location to make images. What are your views on printing and putting up your own photos in your room, home? Do you pick the general best of best that you share online, or are there any that you print for your room but not post? I would answer that question, but I haven't had a room to print for in almost 6 years. So I don't have a good answer. I don't have an updated answer for that. My answer to that question back in 2018 or 2019 would be, I would get the prints that I was most proud of in terms of like edits and big grandiose images, and I would put those up in the house because they represented the wow factor that I wanted someone to be able to see. However, now I don't think I would follow that same method. I think that the images that would end up on my walls are very likely probably more of a mixture of less of my own stuff and hopefully more of other people's stuff. Because ironically, when it was a hobby and wanting to see my photos and put them on my own walls, that was like very satisfying. But now I'm kind of like, I want to be inspired by other people's work. I spend enough time looking at my own shit. Let me look at someone else's stuff. Now, that's not to say I wouldn't have my own photos on my walls. None of this stuff is ours. Like all the stuff on the walls, I'm pretty sure this is a moose antler that's in the shape of an eagle. That'll eventually come down at some point to put other stuff up. Your personality is part of the reason why we follow you. There's so much tips and tricks that can be shared. After that, it's most of the stories you bring of your adventures and whether they're wins or loses. Well, thank you for saying that. I do think that having a successful audience does have something to do with hopefully people attached to your personality or who you are. Obviously, having returning viewers has that as well. But I think at the end of the day, it's an important thing to remember that if you're making content, to think about it as, if you don't know who I am, what does this look like to a new viewer? What did they gain? Do they enjoy my comedy? The personality things that do get added into the video. I mean, as I guess negative as it sounds, when I stopped making videos that were more personal and started making videos that were more value provided, the views got better. Take that for what you will. I think there's a balance though, and I think that's the key, is that remaining yourself and being personable on camera while also still providing value to people that have no idea who you are. That's the balance. And I think a lot of the times my earlier stuff involved hopefully just having people care about who I was. And as much as that's great for the 800 to 1,000 people that would tune in, fantastic, it wasn't enough to sustain. Your series on Newfoundland. Your series on Newfoundland really showed how much time you need to visit a spot for the right light. Yeah, well, especially Newfoundland. The weather there is just, especially in May, was not sustainable for photography, that is for sure. Have I ever made a photo book or thought about? Yes. Sorry, I've never made a photo book. I have definitely thought about making a photo book. But I've been very turned off about selling that kind of thing to people, just because you have to order at least like 200 of them, or 500 of them. So then recouping the cost of that is very difficult. And I also think that it's something on my to-do list. I think that that's something that I might start working on when it turns winter here and a bit more gray. Whose work inspires you then? That's a great question. Whose work inspires me? Oh, who was I watching the other day? Something about me that's actually I don't really talk about is I'm pretty bad when it comes to other photographers or historical photographers, like all the big names in like street photography and stuff. I don't know who any of them are, or even landscape photography, who the older people of landscape photography are from the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. I'm really bad about it. So who inspires me as a photographer? Changes probably pretty constantly. I cannot remember the guy's name that I was looking at the other day. It's not William Eggleston. It's someone else. I enjoy watching The Photographic Eye. His name is Alex, the guy that runs that channel. And that's the kind of content that I think is made for photographers that spend a lot of time shooting photos. Because a lot of the times he talks in ways that make me see work that I've never seen before, just because I'm not super educated when it comes to fine art photos or fine art photography when it comes to that. So who inspires me? That's a great question. I wish I had a better answer. Probably just the people that I end up seeing not on YouTube. I tune into Tatiana Halper and The Photographic Eye, and both of them talk about a lot of older street photographers and stuff like that. And while I don't end up shooting the content that a lot of those people shoot, it's interesting, I think, ultimately to see where people have found success, because sometimes I'll look at a person's work and think, how the heck did this ever catch on? Like, how did someone make a career out of making this type of image? And I think sometimes seeing that stuff is really eye-opening and freeing, because it really means that you could shoot whatever you want and probably find some way to make it, you know, yours, I guess. As someone who has known you from the beginning, it has been great watching you and your videos grow. Can't wait to see where you go next. You're a legit inspiration. Thank you, AVTR of Woe. What kind of name is that? Thank you, Seventh Monk. Alex inspires Alex. No, that's not, no. That is definitely not true. If anything, I am my own worst critic, like most people. I just wish I had better names to say. It's one of those things where you're asking about who inspires me, and I think a lot of the times the images that I'm consuming, I'm guilty of not recognizing, I'm not paying enough attention about the name on the photo. I'll just see photos, especially in some of those videos that inspire me. I just can't remember the name of the photographer. Art of War, yeah, Art of War. Okay, I'm gonna cut this sheet. Hey Lucas, how's it going? I'm gonna cut this sheet because I've forgotten what we were doing. I think I have to cut this, let's see. I need to cut this into two 9x12s. My notes say cut 2 from one sheet into 11x7 and then 11x17 and then trim. Okay, so I need to cut to 11 inches off of this guy real quick. So we are going to do that. So 11 inches. Yep, here we go. Make sure we are square here. That looks pretty good. Come on. This thing does not want to move. I don't understand why this is having such a hard time. Okay, let's do it from here. Okay, there we go. And trying to make sure it's square. Okay, that's not square. It's like not perfect. Probably doesn't need to be perfect, but might as well get it right. Okay, and then I need to trim. Check the chat. Most of the photographers that inspire me are just friends I made on Twitter. It's become the best photo sharing social media platform. Well, not to take away anything about you being inspired by people. I think Twitter is I had to get off of Twitter a couple years ago because I was like, I just can't. But I think that's more of a commentary on the platform, not necessarily the people that you're finding inspiration from. Twitter, literally had to delete my account. Actually, I think my account got hacked and I was like, you know what? This is a sign. I don't care. See ya. Yeah, a lot of my content creation and inspiration definitely comes from other YouTube photographers, which is why I'm pretty bad at, you know, seeing the other people's work. Okay, I'm gonna take these off because I'm starting to sweat. I don't recall when I joined the journey, Hanksville, and I'm stoked to see others getting to enjoy your content. Thank you, Kevin. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. I know our province is not the greatest in Canada, but it would be nice to see you at some iconic spots in Quebec, especially around the Grass Peninsula or in the Minigan Archipelago. Is that peninsula the one that's above New Brunswick? Where is that? Sophia's asleep. Otherwise, I'd ask her. Let me set those down. Am I taking questions? Always taking questions. Is it Avatar of It is Avatar of Woe. It is a running joke between... Oh, okay, someone asked about it. It is Avatar of Woe. Sorry, I made a joke element on YouTube. I've known Avatar of Woe since we were in 7th grade, so I was just giving him shit. Twitter is filled with blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, if you have a niche, honestly, I miss Twitter for a lot of the like hobbies that I followed. Like all of my League of Legends stuff was on there, and I can't follow it anymore because it just fell down the shithole. No offense to people that might like Twitter. I can't. I think that platform is awful, but I also think that platforms like Meta and stuff like that are not great either, which is why I quit Instagram. Yes, it is the peninsula. It's the end of the Appalachian Range. Yeah, I think I've... Actually, technically, isn't technically the end of the Appalachian Range in Newfoundland? Because I remember people hiking from L'Anse Meadows at the very top of Newfoundland saying that the 𝐒𝐤𝐬𝐿 is still technically part of the Appalachian, but it's not on the same continent. Okay, we cut that into 2. Now I need to trim it. Then I got to trim to 10 by 16. Okay. Trim to 10 by 16. I'm pretty sure I can touch this with paper without needing the gloves as much. 10, what did I say? 10 by 16. Okay, just want to make sure I get this right. So I got 11 by 17, and then I'm going to trim off 1 inch on this side. Do I really need to trim? What is this for again? This is for the 9 by 12. Can I not just leave it as 11 by 17? What size are the mats? All right, 1 second. Everyone. New window. Excuse me. Well, League of Legends, sure, but I just watch League. I don't really play League anymore. But also, I think you can play League and still... Am I on Vero? No, I am not. Could be. They say it's an extended sub-range of the Appalachian, so it would make sense that 𝐒𝐤𝐬𝐿 is a continuation. Yeah, I believe, like obviously you could say that the Appalachian ends in Quebec. I think most people probably would. But there's, I guess, geographical mountain technicalities that 𝐒𝐤𝐬𝐿 is the end of it. Come on, Alex, you can admit your inspiration is Gavin. He isn't here. Man, I need to text Gavin. I have not talked to him in a while and see how he's doing. He is a busy guy, that guy, and how he stays able to make a video every week the way that he does, I don't know. All right, sorry, 1 second. I'm logging in to make sure that I have to cut down this, because my notes say that I need to trim off 1 inch, but I'm not sure why I need to trim it off 1 inch. I might be able to just leave it, which would be great. Because not having to trim, then trim to 10 by 16. And then once I get the paper trimmed down, hopefully we can make a print or two. Actually, I can make some mats. I can also make a print. Well, we've gained 5 subscribers. We lost 4 earlier. For the first 30 minutes of the stream, we gained 4. No, we gained 2 and then lost 4. And I was like, oh, okay, that's how this is going to be. That's great. Okay. I'm currently looking at the mats. So 8 by 12. It's 12 by 16. Oh, that's why I have to cut off 1 inch on the 17-inch side. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. So I leave this as 11, and then I cut off the other side. Yeah, okay. Got it. Yeah, see, the notes I made earlier, it's like I knew what I was doing. And then I didn't trust myself later, which is ironic. So we want to cut off 1 inch of this, I believe. So the best way to do that is, how do I want to do that? Do I just want to mark? Yeah, okay, I need a pen. All right. Need to mark 1 inch. Thankfully, it doesn't actually matter since this will be covered by a mat. Okay, get this down there. Actually, if I end up cutting off more than 1 inch, it's not really a big deal. Okay, now this should be the result. What do we want the result to be? I gotta look. This should be 16. Perfect. Oh. Oh, it's a little close enough. 16 by, should be 11. Yeah. Okay. Wait, do we need it to be 16 by 11? Nope, this can stay as 11. Because it'll fit 11 by, yep, cool. So this is that. Let's see. What are my favorite game genres? I think the game I played the most in my life is WoW. But, so it's probably some MMO type thing, but I never really I haven't had the time to play anything basically at all living on the road, so. Oh, you're live. Neat. My partner and I love having breakfast and enjoying your videos on weekend mornings. Hi from New Brunswick, and congrats on nearly 100K. Hey, thank you so much. Where's the show at? What show, David? Am I missing something here? Also, I think my chat is, I think I'm missing chat because I'm pretty sure you said something, Master Wolf, but it's not showing up now, or it disappeared. Where's the show at? Oh, it's at like a kombucha brewery. It's not really anything special. So my plan or hope is that if whatever doesn't sell, I can show elsewhere. I have some students heading to Alaska, obviously a big state, but on the off chance it was nearby. I mean, it's in Anchorage, so that's probably where they're flying into. It was off color and I deleted it. Oh, okay. Hello from Brazil. Hello from America. Hello? She's alive.
Good morning.
Good morning. She just woke up. It is 4:55 p.m. because she is on night shift. You want to say hi? The star of the show. Okay, so I've gained 8 subscribers, and I've been live for 1 hour and 40 minutes. For the first 30 minutes, I gained 2 and then lost 4.
Oh, no.
So I started going down, and I was like, okay, so maybe the live stream is a bad idea.
It might be a very long live stream.
Aras says hi.
Hi, Aras.
Well, he says good morning.
Good morning.
I am cutting paper, and hopefully we're going to print something out soon.
Nice.
But don't get your hopes up. Well, you're leaving in like an hour, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Need to cut another inch off this. Let's see. Do you need help? Okay. This is good enough. I can't see the dang. Right there. All right.
What size are you?
Huh? Well, I've already cut all those. So I made a long list for the stream so that I didn't have to figure out all the stuff. Yeah. So I already had like, pull this, cut this, pull this, cut this. Because I made a list of all the prints I'm making and then all the sizes they're going to go in. This is the stuff for the frames. These 4 I can't do until I'm able to trim. Tomorrow the mat comes in to cut on. Because these I have to cut like, these I basically have to trim off a part that's wider than this will cut.
This is a very long ruler, huh?
48 inches.
You kept it in a plastic?
For now. What are you doing? Okay. Good morning, sleepy Sophia, someone says.
Good morning from sleepy Sophia.
Are you actually a nomad? How long are you on the road? Yeah, I'm not really a nomad anymore, I guess.
You bought a printer?
I bought a printer. I think when I buy an 80-pound printer, it means I am no longer nomadic. So, yeah. I also bought this paper cutter, but I guess that could technically fit in the car. Actually, the printer could technically fit in the car.
Where?
In the back. I wouldn't have anywhere to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
The ultimate cuddle buddy.
Yeah, I could just cuddle with the printer.
Yeah.
I'm excited for my next video about Nikon images. I saw you post on the group on Facebook about people's favorite ones. Yeah, actually, that video was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the video that I released about the Fuji X100VI. Was originally going to be that video idea, but I ended up wanting to wait because ideas changed. But it is coming at some point, probably August, but could be an 80-pound cushion. It's very large. It's on the floor. Okay, I made those 2 cuts.
That's funny.
So these are done. Okay, and then I pulled, okay, so I gotta find a 20-inch paper. I gotta put the stupid gloves back on to make these other cuts. Where are they? Choose one. You live in your car again, but you get all the best camera gear to shoot on, or you live in a wonderful house, but have to shoot everything on your phone. Okay, what kind of ridiculous questions is this?
Sophia picks house.
Also, my package arrived. Oh. Oh, the one to my uncle? My aunt?
Huh?
Ross sent me cards. Yeah. But I thought it was supposed to come tomorrow, so I don't know. Choose one. I guess live in my car? I feel like just shooting on my phone would really, really make me bored over time. Okay, which one of these is 20 inches, you think? This one? Oh, this stupid rolled paper. All right, is this the 20-inch? Is this 20 inches? It looks like it is. Yes?
I'm just deciding what I want to eat for breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Buns are good right now.
Yeah, the one I had yesterday was crazy. Okay, this is 20 inches. Now, what am I cutting this to? Pull 20 inches, then cut into 2 10x17s. Ah, okay. 20 inches. Okay, so that means I just need to cut half off. Go to 10 inches. You know, I didn't really think through the whole live stream while you woke up and had to get ready for work. I didn't really think we would. I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. I'm gonna set up out here because this is where all the printing stuff is. I didn't really think about the stream being live while you were.
Yeah, it's Alex cuts prints and Sophia makes breakfast.
Well,
That's okay.
here we are. Hey, at least the internet's keeping up.
Yeah.
Like the upstream, well, people can correct me if I'm wrong in the stream. I assume the quality is fine. Feels like I'm watching a nerdy Big Brother. What is that supposed to mean?
That's funny, actually.
What? No, don't laugh at him. No. Do not give him the satisfaction. Kevin says, you do you.
Thanks, Kevin.
I told you about Kevin a couple years ago. He was the guy that, remember when I drove from your place to Colorado, he gave me a long guide about the Upper Peninsula area, like a whole map. I told you. And you were like, wow, that's so nice that a random person went through all this effort to give you a guide on where to go and what to shoot and stuff.
Oh, that is very nice.
Yeah. It's choppy sometimes, but mostly good connection.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah, it says that I've dropped a lot of frames. So I think the choppiness is probably coming from dropping frames. I don't know when I'm dropping frames, but it says I've dropped 6,284, which is way more. Oh, I just dropped some more. Don't know why. It's probably my MacBook. But I think the speed has been fine. I mean, it's not like we're doing anything super intense. So, did I already cut this one? Yeah, I did. Okay. This one cut to 10 inches.
Wow, look, my broth is done.
Yeah, I had to cook that yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you gonna microwave? It could kill the stream.
Really?
I don't know. It could kill the Wi-Fi. I guess we'll find out.
But
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
yeah. We're gonna listen to Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat cold food.
You got to do what you got to do. Hopefully we don't lose the Wi-Fi. I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, it's just because we're next to the microwave. Again, people do cooking streams all the time. I'm sure the Wi-Fi doesn't cut out then. Okay. So that is those. So those are now 10 by, then cut into 2 by 17. Oh, I have to trim off an inch the other way. It's choppy. Have we lost anything? Oh, we're dropping frames. Oh, we're back. The upload speed is back. Is this frame drops or what is this? It must be. I don't know what this metric is. I'm pretty sure it's dropped frames, but I could be wrong. It's choppy. Oh, no one said anything. I thought I would have more viewers. Because when I used to stream like 4 years ago, when I was editing, but I think that was just more entertaining content. I also didn't schedule this. I literally just hit go live. So
people didn't know
that kind of makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm sure that beeping in the background is highly enjoyable. All right. Mark for cutting. Are you starting your food vlog? All right. One. So now this should be, oh God, where is the ruler? Wait, why is this 16 and a half? Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, good enough. And is there just a line here? Okay, yeah, there we go. 1 more inch. Okay, those are done. Okay, we're 71 away.
My food is cold.
Yeah, you gotta put it in the microwave for a lot longer.
Well, listen.
It took me a couple minutes yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Watching from Japan. Wow. I guess it's, let's see, Singapore would be 16. Yeah, I guess it's like the afternoon over there.
Nice. That's great. Welcome.
Have you ever print on trim paper from a roll? I think you will have a hard time feeding your paper. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. The printer takes rolled paper because it has vacuums in it, but yes, it is a pain in the ass. Do not recommend rolled paper unless you need panos, which is why I bought it. But then I was like, I'll just cut all the paper from it. Not a smart decision. 10:05. Oh, it's 10 a.m. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we're 70 away.
Wow.
I've only got to stream. Okay, so I've only got to stream for another 10 hours.
Okay.
Because in the 2 hours I've been live, I've gained 10 subscribers. But I'm pretty sure the live stream is not what's getting subscribers. I'm pretty sure it's just people naturally watching video and subscribing that way.
I'll go work my shift.
Yeah, and by the time you come back, yeah, exactly.
That works.
Okay, I think that's done. This is done. Do I need to move the paper that's over there, or is it out of your way enough?
No, I'll just sit.
Okay. All right. So those are done. What else can we cut? Oh, why didn't I pull this earlier? Pull 22 inches and then cut. Huh. Okay, pull 26. Okay. I gotta cut this one down. Only 29 more to go. 29 what? You mean 69 more to go? Wait. Yeah. Huh? 24-hour League stream. Man, I just want to play 1 hour of League, let alone 24 hours. Nice. Yeah, I guess that's true. We're putting the gloves back on. Stupid paper. Oh, we gained another one. Yay. Look at us go. Well, I thought it might happen today, but the numbers have really slowed down. I legitimately think the live stream is hurting the traction, which is ironic. But then again, cutting paper and printing photos is probably not the most exciting thing. Okay, so I'm looking for a 26-inch piece of paper.
How do you spice it up?
How do I spice it up? I already have gloves on. How spicy do you want it? Okay, which one of these is 26 inches? Looks like it's this one. Oh, frickin' rolled paper. Pain in my ass. So annoying. Okay, let's make sure this is the correct length. You go over there. You go over there. This should.
I got some more lawn care quotes
Sure, I guess. 26. Cool. This is exactly 26. And then I'm supposed to uncurl it, cut into 2, then cut each of those in half. Okay, got it. Aras says dance.
No music though.
Oh, we lost the subscriber.
Oh no. You weren't dancing.
It's because I'm not dancing. Well, I wanted to put music on, but if I put music on, it demonetizes it. And I was like, am I even going to earn any income from the stream? Probably not. But I was like, hypothetically, I was like, what if like 100 people tune in? That would be insane. I've had 50 people once. That's why I thought that was 4 years ago. But I'm not exactly, I gave advice earlier and I was like, don't waste people's time and provide value. And I was like, I'm doing the exact opposite of those things during the live stream. I'm wasting people's time and I'm not providing much value. So I guess it makes sense to only have 12 viewers. So, and 2 of them are Ross and David.
Nice. Let me call my mom real quick.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she would tune in, be like, what the hell is this? And then turn it off. Okay, so I cut in half. We'll start that, we'll start there. Cut this in half. Yeah, get out of here, paper.
She's a busy lady. She's got other things to do.
I think she's busier than both of us and she's retired. So, that's not surprising. Although maybe she's not as busy as I've been this month, but other than that. This whole printing and framing thing has really, you know, eaten up a lot of time. Okay, so this just needs to be 13 inches, which I believe should be about there. A rough estimate. Yeah, okay. I think that's, let's triple check. Okay, I think it needs to come off the thing a little bit. Okay. How was your breakfast?
Very yummy.
Oh, that's good. Your 5 p.m. breakfast. Although I guess it's 5 a.m. for you, so that's pretty early. All right, let's see how accurate that 13
Should I
inches.
just go buy coffee then instead of grinding the beans?
I can mute for a second if you need to grind the coffee.
Okay, I'll do that later.
Okay, you just let me know. I mean, again, there's only, well, there's 21 people now, so. Okay, exactly 13, sweet. I read this once more. A little over 13. What do I got to cut these down to? Do they need to be precise? Then each of those into 13 and 8.5. What size are the mats for this? This is 8 by 12. 8 by 12. 10. Nope, not that one. 8 by 12. Okay, so it's 12 by 16. Okay. Is that what you're waiting for? 12 by 16. Okay, so no, it doesn't. I don't think it matters. No, okay. All right. So then I have to cut those down. Alex, since your printer does take paper roll, you should use an image editor to fit all your different print sizes. 𝐒𝐤𝐚𝐥 is a good one. Yeah, I looked at 𝐒𝐤𝐚𝐥. It doesn't, to my knowledge, it doesn't bypass the print driver though, and it uses the print driver. So I'm just using Canon PPL. And it still, it takes the images that I send it pretty easily. I just put the paper size in for whatever I'm printing to. And that seems to handle it pretty well. And it bypasses the driver to directly communicate with the printer, to my knowledge. What's one of my most memorable locations that surprised you after all of the years traveling? Montenegro? Montenegro. I think Montenegro is it. Ross donated $2. Thanks, are we supposed to dance? Maybe this will get us more subscribers.
Oh no.
This is the ticket.
Wait, explain why Montenegro was so surprising.
Oh. Well, I think it's, I think that actually Croatia, Montenegro, and Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Slovenia I know. That's the thing. I think it's a little biased because Croatia we also kind of knew. But I think the reason is specifically the question of being the most surprised is slightly misleading because I did zero research on Montenegro. Like I didn't even look at a Google image. I only knew where it was on a map. I had no idea if it was flat, mountainous, anything. So, because of that, we literally physically drove into it going, where the heck is this? So I think that that's probably why it was technically the most surprising, is because I had zero knowledge of what it looked like. Like for example, coming to Alaska, it's like I have an idea of what Alaska looks like. I know that it's grandiose and big and mountainous and all that stuff, but I had zero idea for that.
Pleasantly surprised by the beautiful mountains and mountain passes.
Okay, we lost 2 subscribers with me dancing.
Oh no. That's funny.
So, well, I'm glad you find it funny. Okay, I need to cut this to 13 by 8.5. Okay, so I'm cutting down the 17-inch side to 8.5. So I need to put this in till I get to the 8.5 side. I guess technically I could probably cut both of these at the same time, but that seems risky. And I don't want to take that risk. 8.5, here we go, right there. Thankfully there's a line for it on this thing. 8.5. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. All right. It's crazy. Every one of these cuts is like $4, $4, $4. Because this paper is too expensive. Okay, let's make this cut and then I'll check chat in just a second because I don't want to forget what it is I'm doing over here. So this is 13 by 17. Yeah, okay. And I'm doing the same thing on this one. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. Do. Well, my plan was to have some of the questions that came from the live stream to go in the video that I ended up making. But I haven't really had enough questions.
Live stream video?
No, the video that I make, that I need to make.
About what?
This, hitting 100K.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm here now, I understand.
That's okay. That's okay. This is also needs to be cut in half, correct? Oh my God, there's 2 more slices. Oh, do I just risk it and do 2 at once? All right, we're gonna try it. Hope I don't regret this. Don't try this at home, kids. Nope, I'm not doing it. I can't even get them straight. Okay. I can't do it, too skittish. One at a time. One at a time. Do. All right. Okay. Something is not right. Oh no.
Oh no? What happened?
I just cut the wrong sheet. Shit. I already have the 4 sheets that I need. And I just thought that this was part of this roll because they're the same size. They're not the same size. So I just, what did I just accidentally cut?
One of these big ones?
Well, I just said I was going to waste paper. All right. Okay, now I need to figure out what I got to recut.
What's going on at once?
Hi, I bought an 𝐒𝐥𝐤 and a 3 prime lenses for 1100. Is it worth it? Batteries in one. All lenses and bodies has box and manuals. No fungus, no dust. I'll be completely honest, I don't know. I don't know much about the 𝐒𝐥1 line, so I couldn't tell you. I don't even know what the price of that camera is. How long have I been living on the road? Apologies if you answered. I lived on the road for almost 4 years. And then technically was nomadic for another year, but not living in the car. And then now not living in the car or technically nomadic. I can't believe I accidentally just... Okay, well the good news is I have 2 pieces of paper, so I can figure out what I accidentally just cut. I can't believe I just did that. So this is 12, so this is 10. This is 10 by 16. Okay. Well, so I got to cut another 10 by 16. Are any of the resulting pieces usable for anything that I accidentally just cut? Got them. Whoopsie. Well, wait, is this 8 by 10? No, this is 8.5 by, oh, this is 8 by 10. Perfectly 8 by 10. Do I have anything that I'm printing 8 by 10? Okay. Well, at the very least, this is salvageable into maybe printing on something. This is probably not. No, this is 7.5 by 10, so this is just going to end up being scrap paper. Okay, I got to put this somewhere else so I know not to use it for anything. And then I need to recut. That means I got to get the roll out again. Damn it. So I need to, what was this again? 10 by 16. So 10, I need to just pull out 10 inches, cut it, and then trim off an inch. Okay. Any plans for how to celebrate 100K? This was supposed to be it. This is it. I'm cutting paper, hanging out the chat. We have currently gained 12 subscribers and 2 hours and 8 minutes of live streaming.
Yay!
This is how live streaming works, apparently. So, okay, I'm going to mark that I cut these pages, and I need to mark that I need to recut. I gotta get the stupid roll out again. I can't believe I did that, but I guess I'm slightly distracted. Although I've checked my cuts and everything like 17 times, but I think I was just, you know, it is what it is. So I marked, so I got this done. Now I need to go back and pull out this again. So I got to get rid of this. Are you trying to grind coffee?
I guess I don't really need to yet. I still have some time.
Okay.
I'm just looking.
Just lurking. Okay, this is the scrap paper. All right, get this stupid roll out again. And I'm pulling 10 inches. So not even that much, but still just a pain in my butt. Just an absolute pain.
I'm going for Hangout.
Okay. It looks like what are the purple ones on the left?
The hydrangea? The big ball ones or the
That's on the right, on the left.
calla lily?
Yeah. Was that blooming before when you got them? I only remember the red ones.
There's like the tall orange one in the back.
Yeah?
And the purple one next to it. I think you're talking about. Oh yeah, they were.
Oh, okay. I guess I just didn't notice. Okay. 10 inches. Here we go. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. 10 inches. Ah, stupid rolled paper. Do you need gardening scissors?
No. I've been using the Ashley's.
Oh, okay. Okay, 10 inches, so I just need to go to the 26. Okay. Just cut. Okay, right there. Bring this down. Make sure we're straight. Okay, just a tiny bit extra just in case. I don't want to screw this up again. This paper is too expensive. Nope, almost just screwed it up again. Okay. Okay, let's just cut there. Yep. 36. Okay. As long as this is 10 inches. Cool. I'll have to trim it down, but I'll put this back away. Yeah. Stupid rolled paper. All right. Okay. Well, that was a silly mistake. Okay, so cut this down. Do I need to cut this down? This is for, it's 10 by 16. I think I do need to cut it down, right? Maybe the 10 doesn't matter. It's just the 16 that matters. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Gotta make my own music. Can't get copyright strike for that. Oh, I guess I could. All right. Right there. All right, make up for that mistake. It should be roughly the same size. All right, let's just cut this down to 10 inches just to be safe. That was probably loud. Sorry if you're listening in. Ten inches. Right there. looks good. Did my chat die, or did everyone leave? That's okay if you left. I would blame you. Would not blame you in the slightest. I don't know why we dropped more frames. I don't understand. Oh, we just dropped some again. Okay, still here. I don't know why it's choppy. I guess it could be my iPhone, but I don't think so. It doesn't feel hot. Probably just the computer, but I don't... Maybe I have the bitrate set too high for consistency. It's possible it's that. I'm not sure. So, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, I guess I could have gotten this done. Okay, I think that's all the cuts we are going to make for right now. Now it's time to hopefully make some prints. Let's see. Let's see. Things that I know are ready for print. Paper. Okay. We can also do some matting. Let's do some small prints. Let's do... Okay, let's do this black bear print. Where's my external drive? All right, I gotta get the photos loaded up. And then it'll be time to print some photos. Maybe it's the paper cutter's fault. It has a thing for choppy video. That's a great dad joke. What TV monitors are those? You're talking about the bookshelf speakers, right? They're they're KEF LSX LT2s, I believe. KEF LSX LT2s. They were just a super good deal at Costco. That's why they have them. I have multiple pairs of bookshelf speakers in my storage unit, which is in Colorado. Yeah, they were just a super good deal at Costco. They sound pretty great. They lack bass, as you would expect for small bookshelf speakers like that. But other than that, pretty good for mids. Little high on the treble, but other than that, pretty good. Okay, I am getting Lightroom loaded up here. Maybe we can even get a Lightroom thing going, even though I'm not editing anything. Let's see, editing screen. Let's switch this to, okay, let me move this. I'm gonna move chat to a different screen. Wait, what? Yeah, okay. And then open up Lightroom. As long as my drive is opened. Yep. Where is that photo? I think it's in here. Okay. Now, get this the right size. Oh, don't want the second thing on. Now I'm definitely going to start dropping frames, I imagine. Okay. Let's switch over to I think this will work. Oh. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this camera. Okay. Is that the camera that it's using? I guess it is. Okay. Transition over. Now, this camera angle is not going to be great. And that is definitely not the bear photo we're printing. Let's go back to... I'm just trying to fix this camera. Oh, okay, I could do that. All right. Cancel. Okay, sure. This, rotate it. I think I'm upside down probably. There we go. All right, how many frames are we dropping now? Probably a few. Okay, we got Lightroom open. Let's go find this photo of this bear. Definitely not that one. Bear photo, bear photo, bear photo. Somewhere in here. Before the Arctic? No. After the Arctic? Before these photos? Aha. I think we're going with this one. Yeah, going with this one. Printing 4x5. Yep. Sorry about the background noise. Sophia is doing dishes? Question mark?
Washing the French press so she can make coffee.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't blame you. You gotta have coffee. I mean, you're not gonna survive as a nurse without coffee. Okay, and then let's go to plugin extras, this little guy, and let me get the printer set up. Do-do-do-do. I'm still here. I'm just off screen. Do-do-do-do. I'm back on screen. Do-do-do-do. I am printing this on what size? Oh, this is printing from our flat sheets. So that's nice. Where is this one? Ironically, we're printing on ones we didn't even cut from. I think this is just going to be an 8x10 little guy. Am I in your way?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's a little dot on here. There's a little blue dot on here. Okay. I think it'll just be printed over and probably won't be able to see it, but I will look once we print it. I guess if I end up seeing it, then I'll just reprint it again. It's very faint. Let me load the paper in the manual feed tray over here. Okay, good to go. Let me change this Hangout photo rag register. Okay, that's good to go. Am I in your way? Oh, okay. We're dropping frames again. Okay. Photo rag, paper size, 8.5 by 11. Boom. Print quality. Okay, slot 1. Fix that issue. And then we want 10.1. Huh. That's not how that's supposed to look. What the hell? Why is it doing that? I am confused. What? Why is it giving me letter? Oh, what is margin 25? Maybe that's why. Is there a different 8.5 by? Oh, that's why. Okay, fix that. I was like, what is going on? Slot 1, do this again just in case. Select 10.1 inches. And photo rag media type, and I think we should be good. Perceptual, photo rag, ICC, media type. We're not using, let me turn off the vacuums. Not using rolled paper, using flat paper, so we don't need the vacuums on. Okay, should be good to go. Let's hit print. And here we go. Is it going to print? I guess I'll move this over really quick. Do. Well, that's not a great view. How do I want to do this? Where I don't have to mess with this too much. Is that good enough? Nope. We're doing it live. Literally. Okay. Oh, that's not gonna work. Let's try this. Sorry for the shaky cam. There we go. Now you might be able to see the printer. This tripod is too tight. Okay, what does that look like? Well, you can definitely see the printer. It did not start printing though. Yeah, yep. Okay. We are printing. That definitely looks like a mess. Okay, maybe moving the camera was stupid. Let's just move this back. fixing the tripod. Just gonna move this back to where it was. Bada bing, bada boom. I feel like this feed is really choppy right now. That's weird. I wonder. I wonder why it's so choppy. Let me try something really quick. I don't feel like it was this wide before either.
Okay, is now a good time for you to mute?
Sure. I mean, most people have left. All right, guys, I'm muting for just a second while Sophia grinds coffee.
Thanks.
If you're still here, I'll be right back. I'm also going to try to fix my camera. Well, I don't know why this camera just decided to.
These are the new beans. You want to smell?
Smells like coffee.
It's like fruity.
Yeah, I don't know why this camera is lagging. That is a bit annoying. Oh, that looks good. Great. Probably something to do with the iPhone. Because when I switch it to this one and then switch it back, it's fine. And then it will start lagging in a second. Oh, there it goes. I don't know why.
Doing the robot dance.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because I opened Lightroom or
Are you printing something?
I just printed something, yeah. I have no idea why the thing is laggy. Let me try to fix the webcam iPhone camera. I have 12 different cameras and I'm using my iPhone because none of the other ones work great for this, surprisingly. All right, we'll just go with the not wide view for a second. Oh, look, it's upside down. And see if that fixes the issue. Give me 1 second. Okay, not you. Maybe this will fix it. Select this, don't select, go back. Well, I'm kind of using a workaround to use the wide camera. The only way to use the wide camera to stream is to trick it into thinking I'm using desk view, but not select desk view. But for some reason, it's just choppy as hell. So, I don't know.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to me?
You, I'm talking to you.
Oh, copy.
Huh? Yeah. Okay, print is done. Look at this little guy.
He's so cute. He looks good printed.
Yeah.
I like the texture of the rocks.
Texture of the rocks. Oh yeah, there's some moss on there. You should go look in the mirror.
Why?
But you can also get closer on here and look if you want.
That's embarrassing. Well, I can't put the camera in.
Go look in the mirror.
Why?
I don't know what it is.
Oh no.
You tell me.
Oh, I don't know either.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh. Did I print this on the right side?
It was kind of purple. Maybe it was cherry juice, but I didn't even eat any cherries. Plum.
Then it's probably that. I think
Look more matte.
I think I printed this on the correct side. Oh yeah, I definitely printed it on the correct side. Sometimes it's really hard to tell with this paper.
What a question to ask.
Huh?
What a question to ask.
It's okay, I'm a professional. I don't think anyone, there's only 13 people. Everyone's left. They're like, I don't want to deal with this choppy mess. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm going to disconnect my camera really quick. One sec, guys. And then, excuse me, please. And then reconnect it. Disconnect. Okay. Hello. I would like to use the camera. Nope. Nope. What is it doing? Nope, stop. Oh my God. Technology is so hard, Sophia.
Tell me about it.
I don't know why, but it is very difficult. Okay, we got something. We have the desk view, which we don't want. We want to trick it. Oh. Okay, cancel. This is so frustrating. Okay, we're going to switch to this. And then we're going to switch back to this. For some reason, it's not even... Oh, there we go. There we go. Desk view, trick it into using this. This is what we want to trick it into using. This, close that out, go back to desk view. It's upside down. And then we... Now is it laggy?
Robot dance.
Oh, it's laggy again. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe it's because of... I don't know. Very frustrating. Let me try this. Am I upside down again? Oh no. I'm just not the correct size. All right, is it still? Yeah, it's still choppy. That's okay. I've only got 14 viewers, so it's probably time to maybe end the stream anyways. We did a print, we cut some stuff.
Did you show them the print?
Yeah, they kind of saw it. Maybe if I switch cameras, it would look better. Hold on. It's going to be upside down though, which is funny. Give me a second. Yeah, there you go. Little guy. He's right there. He's coming out of the rocks. All right. Now I need to mat it. Print it. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. I think since the stream is basically pooping on itself, I can't get the webcam to work. I will just say goodbye. I've been live for like almost 3 hours anyways, so.
Oh, wow.
We did not hit 100K.
That's okay.
We gained some, we lost some. We gained some, we lost some. We gained some, we lost some. So anyways, if you guys are tuning in, thank you for being here. There will be a video about hitting 100K at some point. I just want to say, out of all the photography channels on YouTube, y'all are the one I continue to come back to. Keep it up.
Oh,
It's mostly you.
that's so sweet.
Thank you, Kevin. No, it'll happen tonight. I think tonight it should happen. Just not while I'm streaming. Maybe I'll stream when I'm at like 5 away or something, and I won't be printing. I don't know. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one in 2 years. You're just
I don't know which hand to wave.
go over there. Okay.